All right, welcome back. This is Para. This video is going to be over the relationship between power of tree and OHLC, open, high, low, close. What is OHLC? It is four parts of a candle. Every single candle has a open, has a high or low, and a close. It consists of these four parts, and by understanding the functions of each part while we are trading inside of a candle, we can find confluences towards the bias that we have. Power of tree, we know what power of tree is. If you don't know what power of tree is, I have a video on my YouTube channel that goes in depth about power of tree. So if we can combine the four parts of OHLC with the three parts and the power of tree. Open is usually accumulation. It's also our lever for premium and discount. So when a candle opens, it usually first starts accumulating. We're going to take daily candles into example first. And then high or low is either manipulation or distribution, but usually manipulation. For example, this candle that I have on the screen, you can see the low was the manipulation as it's opened, went lower, and then distributed higher. And then the close is the end of the cycle. We have an example here. As you can see, let me fix something real quick. Okay. As you can see, the open starts, it accumulates and moves downwards until it creates the low, and then a distribution higher occurs, which puts in the high. When we are trading this candle intraday, we don't know where we don't have access to the future, right? So we don't know that this candle is going to put in the high, but understanding OHLC helps us kind of predict that. When the candle opens and we accumulate and go all the way lower, put in the low, we do not have a high set in. We do not have a high set in. So the candle has put in the low, displaces, and starts going higher. This displacement, and that I have marked out here, helps us understand, okay, we do not have a high set in on the daily candle, we can use time levels to get into a long here. Now, these time levels differentiate every day, but choose one and master it. For me, that's after 8:30 or specifically 9:30. As we know, Asia accumulates, London manipulates, and New York distributes. So that's exactly what I've wrote out here. New York puts the daily low, in this case for a green candle, it puts a daily low, displaces, and continues higher. Now let's get on charts, and I will show you a clear example of this. All right, we are on charts now. Go ad free, I don't care. I have marked out 4 different points on this Tuesday candle. I'm gonna write up every single one. 18 is the daily candle open, so this here is the open. You can see where the high was put. It was put in this high right here. So the high is, I'll just put this here. This is the high. This here is the close. And this here is the low for this candle. Low. Right there. So the daily candle opens, and as I have marked before, it acts as a premium and discount level. In case of a bullish candle, in case we have bullish bias, anything below here is discount. In case for bearish, anything below here or sorry, above is premium, and we want to look for shorts there. The candle opens, Asia accumulates, London manipulates. Look at the time level, 10:15. 9:30 opens around here. Zoom in a little bit. This is our drawn liquidity, which is previous day's highs. I will mark this with these dots, which you can barely see. There you go. 9:30 opens right here. This in itself is also a power tree. Accumulation, manipulation, distribution. I have a video on internal power of trees. If I don't, I will be uploading one pretty soon. Let me know in the comments if you want to know about that. Internal power tree is basically a power of tree inside a power tree. So in this entire move, this is a manipulation for a distribution on the daily candle, right? Intraday, this is a manipulation. But on a lower time frame, this could be a distribution on a lower time frame for a smaller power tree. In this case, the internal one at 9:30. If you open right here, move lower into this gap, IO Fed, and distribute higher into where our targets. So we open. We have not set a daily low end at all. We open and we rush for this high. At what time? After 10 a.m. Okay, so 10 a.m. candle opened here. Want to write this 10:0. This high here is 10 a.m. high. So we open, put the high in. We don't have a low. We start displacing lower. This candle here becomes an inverse order block or a breaker block, and we distribute lower, reaching into whatever target's price has. And this happens every day. Some days uglier than the other, but it happens every day. This close here becomes an open for the next day. So we open here, we put a low in at our 130. We kind of fuck around here, and then we boom in and put a high. Now, not the cleanest price action here, but this does help you determine bias, and it does act as a confluence. Now, you can see this every day if price loads. So this day we had news, but let's still look at it. So 18 around here. Yep, around, where is it? Right there. So this is where the daily candle opens. Open. And as you can see, it literally acts as a resistance or a support level. Low. Let's say you are at this point of price action, which is around 9:30. We shoot up. I took a long here. I do have a recap of this trade on how I sniped this on my Discord, so go ahead and join if you want to learn more about how I took this trade. But look at this. Price opens here, moves lower. We have put the low in. Where is the high that we have currently put in here? 9:30 opens. We know that we accumulate, London manipulates, New York distributes, and we have not put a high in. So that makes our longs very high probable. We go up here. It helps us predict this move up. Now, if we don't care about this here, we only care about this after 9:30. We take this trade and pay attention to how the open becomes a resistance here that later gets broken through, and then here it acts as support. We bounce off it and then break it. Let's go back here again. Another day. This Monday right here. The Monday opens here. open. In Asia, this is the low that we put in. And in London, around there, around 5 to 6 is where we put the high in. 9:30 opens. We sweep this low. We have swept the only low that we have created in the day. And now we are at the lowest point of the day. What does the daily candle need to do? It makes sense for it to go toward the highs, right? Open, low, high, towards the close, which is around here. So open, low, high, close. And you can see here how the open on the entirety of the day is acting as a support or resistance level, if you like to call it that. But it's just, in other words, premium and discount. Let's go for one more day. Price opens where? Here. Open. Low. So, price has opened here. We've moved all the way down here. We have not put any highs in for the daily candle. 9:30 right after 9:45. In fact, see this internal sweep, moves lower, puts in the low of the day. And then we move up towards where? The open. The open becomes resistance. One more for you guys, and then we're done. Let's do it on. There are obviously some days where it's not clean. You can see Friday, no high put in, but it still went down. But let's look at here, for example. Open. I'm not gonna write open on this. You already know the deal. We have this low here. Equal lows. 9:30 sweeps the low. Where is the next strong liquidity? Up here. So open, low, high. I don't care where candle closes. I just want to trade from the low to the high and from the high to the low. So one more time, open, low, high, and wherever the fuck it closes. Easy to understand, and that is the video. Thanks for watching. I hope this helped.